Good morning. Today I'm gonna discuss about the course project for CS6303 load testing. So the requirement was create a video presentation for a topic of your choice from the load testing course. So these are the topics that was given. So I chose the planning and effective load test. So I did not use the presentation from the lesson, so I created my own based from the lesson. So this is my presentation. So planning and effective load test. So first, what is a load test? So load test is a type of performance testing used to evaluate how a system application or website under a specific performs under a specific expected load. So the goal is to determine how a system performs when multiple users access it simultaneously. So ibig sabihin nun, it means that when a load test a website, it checks will the website crash when a lot of user log in at the same time. For example, an enrollment system in a school wherein they publish the list of course just now. So all of the students will try to log in on the page. Then before releasing it, the system should have a load test that it should not crash when the users try to log in simultaneously. Another one is the ticketing for Cebu Pacific or any other airline ticket. So when they release a piece of fare, so before releasing, they should have a load test that when they publish that they have a piece of fare, once the user try to log in a book ticket, it should not crash. Especially this happens especially when a lot of them are already inside and trying to pay or trying to submit already, then this website crash. So that's one of the purpose of prevention of crashing. That's why we do load testing. So how to do a load test? So one of the topic that I chose is a plan load test. First of all, we need to do our planning so we can have a efficient load testing. So establish load test goal. So like I said, in a website, one thing you should know is what's your goal for your testing. For example, in a search bar, different scenarios. So if you key in on your search, then how long will the system respond? So you need to think what will be your test and what will be the goal. So the performance should be okay when you do the load test goal. Another one is the update transaction. So when the booking system submit already, so how long will the process to respond from the submission? So it's better to list down all of your test goal. So next is gather system usage information. So what is this? This allows you to decide which business process to record, isolate peak loads, document user action, and valid input for each business process. So what is a business process? So for a business process, the set of action for user to or steps performed within the application to accomplish a business goal. So meaning to say, a business process is the process of the system. The workflow or the business process is the step by step step by step instructions on your system. For example, an airline ticketing. So first you need to sign in. Then in the sign in, you need to log in your queue. Then once you sign in, it will run you to the booking page, selection of date, uh, when is your travel date and end date. After that, you will need to select your seats, then select your meal, add baggage. Then once you're all okay, you can do the payment. And so one payment, you will receive your confirmation. So that's one kind of business process. So in gather user information, you need to decide which business process to record. So in a system, there are different routes to a business process. So one process is the submission. Then the other one is the booking only. So you need to decide which business process to record. So then isolate peak loads, meaning which one do you want to it determines what is the highest load on a transaction. So for example, is it on weekend or during the sale or during the midnight? So it determines the peak. You determine the peak load, so you can know your plan, your load test, what to do. Then document user action. So like I said, from the business process, you need to list down what will be the user's action on the system. So for example, they selected the date, then they selected seats, they don't want to select seat, they don't want to select insurance. So you need to document all those user action. So where you can get this information? So first, you should try the system itself. Then so with that, you will know how the business process goes. Then consulting with administrator. So check with the admin, how is the system go. So they list down what is the flow. Then consult with the executives. Then research competitor site. So that's the gathering users information. Then there are three kinds of business process: mission critical, heavy throughput, dynamic content. So mission critical is the crucial on day-to-day operation. Like for example, e-commerce transaction, downloading orders. So it's critical that the order should be downloaded. Then the next one is heavy throughput, not be mission critical but very popular, like the homepage. So visiting the homepage, Super Bowl ads, not critical but very heavy. So third one is dynamic content. So server requests that are customized for each user. So like a streaming media. So these are the three kinds of business process. So inside the business process, there are transactions. So what are the transactions? An end-to-end measurement of time lapse when one or more steps in a business process have been completed. So like I said, transactions are the in between the business processes. So I think in the start, the login, so transaction from login to the booking calendar. So this is the transaction from booking calendar to the selection of seats, to the meal. So each one of those are called transactions. Then payment of your credit card to the confirmation. So that's one transaction. So it's a time lapse between the processes of the system. So think time is the amount of time that a real user pauses between steps. So Like I said, there are transactions, and in between there is a think time. So uh, different users have different think time. For example, I am new to the booking system, so uh, I will I'll kapa my way how to book. So I don't know how to go here, I don't know how to go there. I have a think time. While for those expert already in booking, like for example, they keep on traveling, they know how to take advantage of the piece of pair. So they will can easily go to the transaction, then they can easily submit. So that's why they can have the advantage of having the piece of pair. While for those new one, they have a lot of think time before they can proceed. Concurrency is a set of users acting upon an application in a similar manner at the same time. So there's three kinds of concurrency. So application level, business process, and transaction. So application is how many users are active in the system. So in your system, concurrency is the checking of how many users are doing the same time. So application level is just somebody is inside your system, but you don't know what they're doing. So it's just application level that they're inside your system. Then business process level, how many users are buying tickets. So they visit your website, then you need to concurrency that how many users are doing the same thing. So for example, already on the ticketing site, so they're already on the selection of the date. So how many users are doing the same booking selecting the date. Then transaction level, and how many users are buying tickets now. So there's this business that there's booking, only checking, but how many, the transaction level is already on the submission of payment. So how many users are already submitting payment right now, because that will affect the load. If you're gonna, if like I said in the Cebu Pacific, if everybody are submitting the payment at the same time, it will crash. So also in enrollment system, so they're taking advantage of selecting the subjects. So how many users are selecting that subject at the same time now. So that's the concurrency. So documentation. So all of these things should be documented. So it will be easier for us to do the load testing. So documentation is defining the prepared response time, documenting the user steps and input data, and determining the valid test data to use. So to load test, so we need documentation for the transaction steps. So the input data, what should be the input, how will the what values should we key in for our load testing. So like for example, in login, there should be different usernames and different password for our load testing. Then there should be sample of small date or longer date on our load testing. Then should be valid test data. It should not be a past date that they can input, or should be pass in school, should be not be a failed subject. I mean, should not be a future subject that they can choose, or if they are allowed to select a course, or something like that. So that's the documentation. So where to get this sorry. Then our last step for the planning the load test, analyze system under test. So analyze system under test allows you to set up load runner monitors, effectively coordinate with back-end experts, and provide system information that helps isolate performance problem. So where you can get the information? So system admin, back-end expert, application expert, and database administrators. So in analyzing the system, we can understand the system components. So mapping business process to the infrastructure components, and we can plan system monitoring. So we will know if we have a test environment, so using test environment, and executing a benchmarking run. So to summarize, in effective to have an effective load test, we should plan for it. So in planning a load test, there are three steps, consists of three steps. So know your goals, know your information, know your info, and know your system. So within these three, you can easily proceed with the next flow of the load runner. So like I said, know your goals. So for example, how will the system behave if there's a on the piece of sale? Then know your info, who are the users, how many users, how many concurrent users at the same time. Then know your system, check is your system working, or check the data if the system can handle this kind of load. So that's the three steps in planning your load test. So that's it. I thank you.